Everyone knows the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? You remember these guys? Look at them. Those good old cheap costumes fighting crime with their unique weapons. And then not using them in the second movie because the parents thought it was too violent. So then this made them unable to cut rope or whatever. Like seriously, why are you laying there? You literally have a sword. And everyone remembers that time when they became Michael Bayized. And Shredder turned into a Transformer. And April turned into Megan Fox, apparently. Because why not? Everyone remembers those two versions. Yet, no one remembers these guys. Did you know in 2007 they made a masterpiece of a CG TMNT film? Well, you do now, but a few minutes before you clicked on the video, you probably didn't. And it's criminally underrated, let me tell you. The movie is directed by Kevin Monroe, and let's just say he doesn't have the best track record. He's trying though, he really is. But this movie also got 35 Rotten Tomatoes, so we can't trust him anymore. Also, the production company, Imagi Animation Studios, went out of business a few years later, so that's probably not a good sign. But that doesn't matter. Yes, this movie deserves to be held in the highest of regards, alongside masterworks of Shrek 2 and that other animated movie that everyone seems to forget. Yeah, it's actually really good. But myself and a very select few people on the internet love this movie. This movie is our childhood, and I even played the PS2 game. Yeah, that's right, baby. I played that game so much, and let me tell you, it made no sense. Like seriously, who are these guys? But I still love it. But this movie truly is an underrated masterpiece. I'm not kidding. And I'm gonna tell you why. I mean, I assume that's why you clicked on the video. I don't know. So yes, we're going to take a trip back in time before Michael Bayized everything, but also long after the nightmares Splinter gave to myself, and I'm sure a lot of other kids. I mean, come on, he was a pretty weird dude. Alright, let's get started. So we start the movie off with the turtles just doing their thing, Parkour! Ing all around the rooftops. And let me tell you, the animation is fantastic. The city looks beautiful, the action scenes are exciting, and the animation of the turtles, well, it's great. Look at that. And Splinter looks awesome. Not like this. But the whole opening is narrated by Lawrence Fishburne because, why not? He doesn't play any actual character in the movie, but I don't care because it sounds epic.
As ninjas.
Also, the musical score is amazing. Composer Klaus Badelt,
Klaus Badelt
does an amazing job of capturing the excitement and sacrifice of being a Ninja Turtle. And it's just so good and epic, it makes me pumped to do anything. Now we get introduced to the main villain in the movie, who is actually not Shredder, and I really like that. One of the main issues that people have with this movie is that Winters doesn't have enough presence to be the main villain. And, well...
it's going to be quite a party.
I can see that. But also, this movie is more about the conflict within the Turtles. Literally. And I think Winters is an interesting take. An immortal man who has lived long enough to see all of his brothers and sisters die. Patrick Stewart also has a really good voice for the character. So, you know what? Never mind. I think he does actually bring a good presence. Not great, but good. But, people have different opinions, I guess. Just a bit. But anyway, every 3,000 years, the stars align that will be able to activate a portal to another dimension. But something goes wrong, and it unleashes 13 monsters. Why 13? I don't know. It's a cool number. Why not? Then Winters becomes immortal, and these guys get turned to stone. And honestly, I don't even know if they ever get names. You know what? I'm just gonna call them the Not Shredders. So the Not Shredders get turned to stone, and now in present day, we see the stars are almost aligned. So we go to Central America, where Leonardo, perfectly voice cast by James Ronald Taylor, who is an actor for playing people good with swords. Oh, and this kid, which I...
maybe, just maybe,
might do a video on in the near future, but I don't know, you might just have to hit that subscribe button to find out. So Leo is known as the ghost of the jungle, and he beats up some guys, including this one guy who eats an apple in the most strange way ever. It's kind of amazing. In fact, there are a lot of weird but funny extras in this movie, but we'll get to them, including the brunette version of the Tangled girl. But anyway, Leo kills the weird apple guy and meets up with April and Neil. Leo says he's gone from New York to train, and she catches him up on what the rest of the turtles are doing. Donnie is an IT guy, Mikey is a birthday performer, and Raph is a masked vigilante known as the Night Watcher. But Leo doesn't know that it's actually one of the dumber parts in the movie. I don't care, it's still a masterpiece. Speaking of the Night Watcher, we see him beat up a bunch of petty criminals, including, I kid you not, my favorite character in the film. And he only has like 2 lines. Yes, it's the toaster guy.
Hey, look guys, I grabbed a toaster!
He's just the most happy person ever. He truly is too pure for this world, and I'm gonna miss him. So Leo stays in training because he feels like he hasn't learned to be a good leader yet, and is so much like a ninja that he can do this apparently. So now we get the iconic Mikey skating through the sewers and going into their hideout. He misses the good old days instead of this adulthood. And also we see Splinter, who I actually really like in this movie. He gives out good points about how each of the turtles have strengths and weaknesses, which is something they have to come to learn. That family is about that synergy and doing the thing your siblings cannot, and them doing the thing that you cannot. Huh. Wow, this actually has good underlying themes about family. Nah, this movie's awful. Psh. Hey look, there's Casey Jones, played by Chris Evans, who was literally in every action movie at the time. Him and April are dating and have a shipment to give Winters from Central America. Oh, and he knocks over a vase that comes in handy later because, you know, third act payoff. And we get the weirdest line in the whole movie by Winters.
Nice to meet you, Kenny.
So, Casey.
I don't know, I just think it's really funny and not at all a character. Moving on. But oh no, Winters is working with the Foot Clan. And this girl.
Karai.
Oh, okay. She was in the cartoon, I guess. Huh. So Raph and Casey meet while crime fighting and have a nice heart-to-heart about family, and I really like this too. There's a lot of good scenes in this. It shows Raph really cares about the city, and that his philosophy is totally different to Leo when it comes to crime fighting. But you know, it's still really bad, right? Psh. So the Knot Shredders are born, and we get to see Leo's epic entrance. I'm telling you, the music is so good. Leo talks to Splinter and has a really good moment with him too. It shows that he has put a lot of pressure on himself to become a good leader, and that his view of crime fighting should be under Splinter's direct orders. Contrast to Raph, however, who feels that they should do what's right rather than the right way to do it.
Crime never took a break. You did.
I think that's a really good line too. So on a training mission, they come across one of the 13 monsters fighting the Foot Clan, as well as
Karai.
and they have a really awesome and creative fight. Even though this logic literally makes no sense sometimes, whatever, it's still amazing. So the Knot Shredders and their amazing theme song. Come and take the monster. The turtles hide and try not to tell Splinter. But of course, Splinter finds out after this hilarious line.
Cody is going to break up with Donna. I just know it.
Yet showing that Splinter has also changed a lot and has settled down. We get a montage of the Knot Shredders taking out the monsters, including the one from Star Wars, apparently. Wait, is that other dimension Star Wars? Because if it is, just please let it be this and not whatever this was. Raph goes to talk to Casey, and they come across one of the monsters. The Knot Shredders stop it, though, and Casey thinks he recognizes them, getting caught in the process. Raph gets shot with a dart, and Knot Shredder chases him up the roof. And has cat powers, apparently. I don't care, there's still better CG than this. But the police then scare him off. April calls the rest of the turtles to see what's wrong with Raph, and she tells the story of the old legend that we saw in the intro. Then Raph has enough of Leo's controls and quits. And I really like the parallel that Winters and the Knot Shredders are counterparts of Leo and Raph. Donnie does some circle sign stuff and says that the world is in danger, along with a pretty funny line to me.
Why do we need Raph anyway? It's his temper that always jeopardizes all our missions.
Okay, Leo, whatever you say. Nobody was talking about him.
See, this movie's funny. The Knot Shredders then turn on Winters, and we get to see my second favorite extra, the diner chef. And also shout out to this guy who just keeps reading the paper and doesn't even care that a 6-foot man in a metal suit with 3 fingers just walked by. He's got his life together. Now we also get the iconic diner fight scene with the Jersey Devil? Oh, it's actually credited as that, okay. But Raph drugs him with smoke pellets, and the diner chef is freaked out and says he has kids in
College. Community college.
and that guy is still reading the paper. Even when the red ET monkey baby literally just flew past him, I'm telling you, he's the most chill guy ever. But now Leo intercepts the Night Watcher, which leads to a thrilling chase through Chinatown, and yeah, to the dumbest part of the movie. Not the fight though, that's the best, please don't downvote. But just the fact that he doesn't know that he's the Night Watcher, because that literally makes no sense. It would have been way better if he knew the whole time, just like Casey did.
Wasn't that hard, man. You know, you look like a big metal turtle.
Because Leo should literally have no reason to hate the Night Watcher if he thought he was just some random dude. Like, what? Why should he care? If it was a random guy, they wouldn't be under Splinter's orders. Is he saying being a vigilante is bad? Because that's exactly what the turtles are. Because the only reason he doesn't like Raph doing it is because it endangers their family. But again, whatever, because at least the best scene in any TMNT movie. I'm not kidding, Raph vs. Leo is the literal best part. We see the philosophies of both Raph and Leo clash, and honestly, I'm not sure who I agree more with, which is good. That's what rivalries are supposed to do, make you question who is actually right. Some do that well, and others, well, but here it does it well. Leo is following orders and thinks that the control of the group is the best way to go, while Raph thinks that the rules are outdated and should be abolished, and that they should just fend for themselves the best they can. Wow, wait. That's actually the exact same theme as in The Dark Knight. Control versus chaos. And that came after this movie. The Dark Knight copied off of TMNT 2007, guys. You see what I mean? I seriously don't get why this movie's so underrated. It bugs me. But yeah, we get the absolute best fight along with the best roast ever.
I'm better than you.
And the music goes all Pirates of the Caribbean, apparently. But it is a sword fight, I guess, so Raph beats Leo and realizes that his anger has led him too far, and he runs away. Yes, there is no dialogue in that scene. In just a few moments, we can see utter rage go to fear and confusion, without needing any dialogue. We don't need giant bashes of dialogue to know what the characters feel, George.
This is outrageous. It's unfair.
No! Anyway, Leo gets caught by the Knot Shredders, but the Knot Shredders know he's not the 13th monster, but do it to turn against Winters. Raph finds out and tries to get him back, But they get away and he does the iconic Wait, maybe this isn't the Star Wars universe. But no, this movie actually follows through with this interesting ideas. Raph tells Splinter while bullying some barbells and realizes why Leo was the leader all along. But Splinter reassures him that
while at times you may not be my favorite student, it does not mean that you are my least favorite son.
that was really well done too. You can tell Splinter actually cares about them. In fact, you can tell all the turtles deep down actually care about each other. Seriously, at 35? But anyway, they plan to go back up to the surface and take back what's rightfully theirs. Oh, and the stars align, the portals open up, and the knot shredders officially turn on Winters. Now all of our heroes gear up, April wears a highlighter jumpsuit, Casey gets a silver hockey mask, and the Foot Clan deploys all of their troops to protect the tower. And we get the most action-packed scene in any Turtles movie. Yeah, look at this! We see April actually fighting, we see the Turtles using each other in harmony, and of course my favorite part, when we see Splinter can actually fight and hits two guys with one punch. Or has the Force or something? No, wait, my favorite part is them running on the heads of the Foot. I mean, look at that! Of course, Casey stops the door because, you know, third act payoff. They break Leo out, and Raph and him finally learn to accept each other and work together. Winters explains that he was a good guy this whole time, which is also actually really nice. He's not just doing this for world domination or whatever. However, the Knot Shredders are. And then, we get the biggest plot twist ever. Knot Shredder takes off his mask, and it turns out he's not stone, but human flesh, revealing it was the toaster guy this whole time. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, I miss him. April, Casey, the Foot, and
Karai.
go to find the 13th monster while the Knot Shredders fight the Turtles. And we get some pretty good action, you know, nothing groundbreaking, but we do get this line.
Come to daddy.
So yeah, that's interesting. And then my favorite part, when Mikey checks on Splinter, and he's having the time of his life just kicking these space bats back into the portal.
We must do this more often. I still got it.
He's just so happy. April and Casey argue while the 13th monster is on their tail, which is actually pretty funny. And I especially like this Foot Ninja just sitting there nodding as if he doesn't even want to be there. Then the music officially ramps it up and the Turtles corner the Knot Shredders into the portal, until the 13th monster comes and pushes them back in. The portal stops, the Knot Shredders die, and wait, this was the first movie to do the portal in the sky cliche. How many movies copied out this one? I'm telling you, this movie started so many fantastic storytelling trends. Oh, and Casey and April kiss. Cause why not? Then, after all that, because the sequels we'll never get to see unfortunately, and Winters gets to die in peace. Oh, and Mikey inhales his ashes, or whatever. I don't know, but it's still awesome. Splinter places Winters' mask next to the Shredders. Raph places a Night Watcher mask next to that, finally realizing that he doesn't need to be alone in order to fight crime. Then we get the final scene, but this time, Raph narrates it.
Oh, I love being a turtle.
And that was TMNT 2007. Was it really as good as I remember? Absolutely. I don't care what anyone says about this movie. Which apparently is nothing since no one ever talks about this. Which I really don't get. The movie definitely has the best Leo and Raph relationship. It's not just them bickering the whole time. I mean, yeah, we get that like always, but they actually learn to accept each other through ways that seem way more natural than any other iteration. And even though Mikey and Donnie don't have much to do, they still have a really funny dynamic. And I don't know, I guess because Nickelodeon hadn't gotten the franchise yet, so it just went unnoticed in the public eye. Because we also have those turned out. So I guess it's just the dark horse of the TMNT movies, which I guess I'm okay with. Yeah, I wish it was talked about more, but whatever. It definitely has problems, and definitely some weird things, but all those just added the charm of it. Even though it says 35 Rotten Tomatoes, well, they also give this a 9 to 1, so we can't really judge them. 10 out of 10, underrated masterpiece. I still miss Toast the Guy. I want to spin off with him.